barbecue and other things I want to do. And what I want to do today is cook a pork loin, but it's hot. It's like the 3rd of August, and I'm telling you what, it is hot here in Southwest Louisiana. High today was 104, maybe 105. I hadn't looked to see what it got up to, but it was predicted 104. Heat index of 116, y'all. I don't want to go outside and light charcoal in my drum smokers or on my, I really don't need a drum smoker for this little pork loin, or a kettle grill. I just, or my Old Smokey grill. I don't want to just go light a fire. I'm gonna cook it in my Old Smokey Electric Smoker right under my patio in the shade. Just plug it in, easy. 116 degree heat index. Yeah, we're doing this in the electric smoker. Nothing wrong with an electric smoker for inclement weather, unless your power's out. I mean, we're going with the electric smoker. I really like it. All right, we'll cook a center cut pork loin. It's in this bag. You know what else is in this bag? Apple juice mixed with Heath Riles pork injection and brine. Now, it's right now about 5 o'clock in the evening. I expect this to be ready around 6:30 to 7 o'clock. And so that's when I'm gonna eat supper. And by the way, I say supper. Dinner is for dining, like big meals. Like nobody says Thanksgiving supper, Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, Easter dinner. If I'm going out with a lady, we're going to dine, we're going to have dinner. Evening meal at home, this pork loin, baked potato stuff, that's just supper. Supper, routine supper. Dinner can be at noon, dinner can be in the evening, it's for dining. Big banquet, fancy meals, or something that you're really, this is something to eat. That's what this is. We're having supper. That's my opinion on the 2 words, but then again, I'm a Gen Xer. Things were different when I was growing up. We didn't have the internet to tell us that we should call the evening meal dinner and stuff. All right. Hey, anyway, Heath, apple juice and this stuff, all right? Look, it's got the instructions right back there. You can use your liquid of choice, but it recommends apple juice. I've used iced tea. It was really good, okay? I've got a iced tea brine pork loin video. Anyway, it works well with lemonade, works well with beer, works well with just water, but he's right. Apple juice is a good choice, especially for pork loin. It really is. All right, and then I'm gonna put this rub on it. What do I do with the rub? It's right here. Ha ha. Boom. Pecan rub. I say pecan. 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 Because I'm from Louisiana. You know what they just made the governor? I'm glad he's almost through, but I'm not getting into politics. I'm just saying one of the things he did that is good is about 3 or 4 weeks ago, he made the pecan the state nut of Louisiana. I thought I was the state nut. I'm crazy. I need to be in the nut house. You're right. But anyway, we're going to put this pork loin in my Old Smokey Smoker. All right. A few other ingredients. A little bit of Dijon mustard. And that's where it's not stuck to the side right there. That's kind of weird. I can see in the bottle. How about that? Right there. And Liam pounds. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Sure, like New Hampshire, not Shire, as in rhymes with tire. Worcestershire. All right. Hey, stick around. Tell you about how to cook a potato in that Old Smokey Electric Smoker or whatever smoker you got. Because I did a video a few years ago on doing potatoes on the grill, and probably need to update that because I've changed my methods a little bit. Stick around. I'll show you how to do it. All right, so here's my pork loin. I probably should have trimmed some of this fat cap off of it before I put it in the brine. But I'm not really gonna do it because I'm gonna cook it fat cap down because it's going in basically a drum style smoker. My electric smoker is a vertical smoker. I am, however, going to go ahead and score this, all right? And just kind of like that. And the purpose here isn't to make it pretty. It's primarily just to get some seasoning down through this fat cap and into the meat. It'll also help some of this fat render a little better. So we just kind of, just take it like this and just score it into some little squares there. All right, nothing fancy. All right, now, what we're gonna do
is, well, let me take this glove off so I can use my left hand to put the stuff on. We got a little bit of the Grey Poupon, all right? Dijon mustard, yeah, you can use yellow, but I want to use Dijon on a pork butt. I'd probably just use yellow, you know? But I want to use some Dijon on this one. I'm just gonna smear it in there. I got a brush I could use, you know. I'm just gonna get it all in there with my hands. Just get it all in there like that. And they say you can't taste the mustard. It doesn't taste like mustard, but I think it adds a flavor whenever you use mustard as a binder. You know, I really think it adds some flavor to it. It doesn't taste like the raw type mustard on a hot dog. You know, that was really deep. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff into that one. All right, let me get the Worcestershire open. It hadn't opened that bottle yet, and then we'll be right back with the Worcestershire sauce. All right, got a fancy mustard. I got a fancy Worcestershire sauce. I'm just gonna smear it all over here and get it all into those little crevices where I scored it, you know, just like that. I'm not gonna score this side, and I'm gonna cook it with this side up. All right, now it's time for the pecan rub. All right, this stuff's really good. The apple rub would be good on here. The cherry rub would be good on here. He's got lots of good rubs. If you like peach rub, it'd be good on here. I can't stand peaches, so I wouldn't use the peach rub, but I would use one of his flavored rubs. But you know, if you wanted this hot, you could use the hot barbecue rub or the honey rub he's got. Lots of good rubs from Heath Riles. I'll have a link down below. They are affiliated links if you're interested in some of the Heath Riles stuff. All right, now this side is all meat. And so just kind of get it all over there. I don't do it as pretty as Heath does. He's a professional barbecuer. I'm just a backyard guy having a little fun right here. Had it in there. I'm gonna get my smoker ready to go, show you what that looks like. Throw this on there. Well, since I'm using pecan rub, I've got pecan chips down on the chip tray, put in the drip bowl, covered in foil, because I'm probably going to use the drippings to make a gravy for this pork loin, which probably won't be part of this video. And then we're going to put in the top rack. I'm not going to bother putting in the bottom rack. I'm not going to need it today. Can't do it with one hand. There we go, just like that. And turn it on high. I'm going to give the smoked chips time to start smoldering. We're going to put that pork loin in there. Smoker smoking right along at 300 degrees. I'm going to drop this pork loin in there, and I'm going fat cat down, just like that. All right, now I'm going to put in some potatoes. All I did was poke these with a fork and coat them in oil. I just simply used butter spray cooking oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. Bacon grease often works well. Look, I did a video on cooking potatoes on the grill and in smokers and stuff a few years ago where I brined the potatoes. I brined those potatoes because I saw it happen on America's Test Kitchen. I also saw it happen on Cowboy Kent Rollins, all right? He brined potatoes, America's Test Kitchen brined potatoes. I thought it was worth it to brine the potatoes. But then I found out, you know, the potatoes are pretty good without the brine. I think there's some effect there with the brine, but I don't know that it's worth it. Then I saw Alton Brown. He just does potatoes this way. Sticks them with a fork to let steam out as you cook it. Coat it with oil, bake them. You don't need any aluminum foil, anything like that. I'll cover this up. I'll check on it in about 2 hours. Running a little less than 300. It's on high, but I don't think it's done yet. Smells delicious. Let's take a look at it. Whew. It looks good, but no, it's not. Yeah, it's not done yet. Wait a minute. It is done. 168. I am surprised. This only took an hour. Only took an hour. So, potatoes aren't done yet. Let's see. Potatoes need to be around 210. 2.5 is acceptable. So, I'm gonna leave the potatoes in here while this rests. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this pork loin out. Okay, you may hear the dishwasher going in the background. We're in the kitchen now. Here it is. That's the side that was cooking down. This is the side that was cooking up. Now I cooked this at 300 degrees and it cooked within an hour. I was expecting about 2. I'd have gotten a better bark with it if I'd smoked it a little slower, maybe 225 for longer. But really that thing works a lot like, it's been described as a smoking crock pot. It works kind of like the can cooker or a Dutch oven. It's a very moist environment in there, unlike most other smokers that are dry air. So getting it crust can be kind of tricky. I've done it on pulled pork and ribs, but I've cooked them slower. That's okay. I don't really need the bark or the crust. This looks delicious. And let me see if I can, maybe it'll be better if I cut it like this for you. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right through the center. Yeah, it got, see, even with an hour and 10 minutes, but look, it's juicy from the brine. See how wet my fingers are getting? I probably should have gloves on. It's still really hot, even though it's rested. Oh man. I didn't think it was gonna be that tender when I cut it. Gotta do a taste test. Hey now, I just got this piece right off of that piece you saw me slice. Got some of that juice on it. That Heath Riles pecan rub is fantastic. That pork brine with apple juice is fantastic. I've done it with tea before too, on a pork loin. I've done it with lots of things, on different things, but I've done it with tea on a pork loin before. And I tell you what, that stuff's good. I got a link to Heath Riles down below. Look, if you're interested in that Old Smokey Electric Smoker, I'll put a link to it down below, Amazon link to it. You can also check out Old Smokey Products Company website. I think it's oldsmokey.com or oldsmokeyproducts.com, something like that. Anyway, I'll eat this pork loin with some baked potatoes. My daughter brought home some sides. We got some green beans. I got some tater tot casserole. I got mac and cheese because she works at a barbecue joint. So I got some barbecue sides that go with this. We're about to eat, y'all.